You take into consideration the fact that Luigi doesn't have good air drift, that he's not really good in the air in the first place, aside from his get-off-me tools that you have like Nair, that down B as well, the Cyclone. But Palu does not care. She just has a Nair train. She has an up air that the multi-hits and the juggling game is insane. And she also has a back air that just kind of stuffs you out whenever you need to. And right now, we see Guy in the driver's seat who is down 75% already.
Yeah, and it's already looking pretty rough by the ledge, which is another very strong spot for Palutena. As you know, that down tilt lingering out longer than any dreams and aspirations that this caster personally has ever had in their life at any given point in this time. So it's a little bit different in that regard as well. Not to mention the fact that, like you said, Luigi's airspeed is very, very bad. Palutena's is good enough for what it needs to be. The fact that she has that combined with a really good poking tool in forward air and then an invincible option in back air and dash attack should spell a rough time for Luigi if he's not able to position himself in the right spot. So I imagine that Guy is going to try to play a lot more grounded than he is before, because if not, he's going to get juggled to the stratosphere and back game.
And aside from keeping Guy off stage as much as possible, one thing to keep in mind as Palutena, you got to be precise with your spacing. Because if you're not, it doesn't matter how much percent you're able to tack up and how much time you have to work with. If you're at that mid percent, even high percent, Luigi just needs one touch of the shield into that up B, up smash. Who cares? All we know is that despite that deficit that Guy started out at the beginning, he now has the lead in terms of the stocks.
Guy is also very notorious as that back air does not take the stock. Guy is also very notorious for not always necessarily getting the 0 to deaths that he wants, but the ones that he needs. That back throw is going to take the stock. He's very good at adapting off of the fly. Like if he misses like the grab at like 0% or whatever when he has the right amount of rage, he'll be able to mix it up into like some reverse up air string, something like that, or just get it off of a raw neutral air regardless. And speaking of raw neutral airs, that's about 4 of them being eaten by Guy right there. 48% already tacked between these two players right now. Let's see how well C is going to be able to hold it down, how much insurance he's going to be able to get later on, Gabe.
I also like how calm Guy is, because most Luigis, when they're getting juggled so badly, they would like to press that down B, get off me too. Like, please, just get me out of this scenario. But no, Guy is very patient. He'll take the damage if he has to, because he knows he's going to make that damage back up if he's able to get the grab, or if he's able to just get a good early combo string going. As we see right now, this could be the stock. Down B, not enough. Good DI coming out from C, but still, once again, at a deficit going up against Guy in this stock. And now Guy with the stage presence lead. This could be the stock. Beautiful Nair into down B.
That's the kind of stuff I want to see more Luigi's doing, and it's really like poised of a player as Guy to be able to push the meta like that. Luigi's Nair is not only amazing as a frame 3 like get off me option, as well as just a combo tool for the 0 to deaths. Late Nair, very underrated from Luigi, because it can combo into kill confirms like that. Especially at the ledge, it does a beautiful job at covering neutral get up, as well as even roll if you position yourself properly, though. Luigi's usually like to go for up smash or up tilt there. It combos perfectly into down B and even sometimes into up B. Little harder to get that second one, but it definitely works as well. And that, my friends, is where Luigi sucks.
Yeah.
Off the level.
You gotta really just exploit that recovery of Luigi's off stage, and not even having to run off stage. You put yourself in a predicament where you just landed right in front of the auto reticle range, and that was literally all she wrote. And that could be how Guy runs away, how C runs away with this game if Guy isn't too careful. Right now, gonna be able to make it back on stage safely. Both at mid-range percents right now. This could be huge for either player, but Guy, you already know, he's ready to let that up B rip just like that.
Not committing with a smash attack right there, lest he eat an up B again, like you said, of his own right there. Definitely could have spelled disaster from either of those players if they overcommitted in that situation. Speaking of overcommitting, we got one right there. This should be a down throw. Yeah, I knew we were going to be going for a double jump read right there, but unfortunately, Guy not giving it to C at this stage of the game. Up air would have definitely spelled some disaster for him. Probably wouldn't have killed, but it wouldn't have gotten him up there regardless. So now it's still probably looking like C's game to lose, but immaculate DI off of the up B. Going to survive that first one. He's definitely not going to survive another one, Gabe.
Oh, no, for sure. I mean, great DI already, like you mentioned it, but still, this is now a last hit game from either party right now. Both these players not really want to make that first approach, but you played the mid-range game and you only have a fireball to work with, while a Palutena with not only a disjointed staff, she has explosive flame, as you saw right there, and she also has auto reticles to just keep you at bay. Luigi had to approach at that moment, and for not approaching, that just costed him the stock and the game. Guy now down.
Yeah, no, it's rough. I mean, it's kind of like an iffy option doing explosive flame in neutral like that, because if your character is fast enough, they can just beat it outright by running past it and hitting it. Like, you can't do that against Sonic per se. Or if a character, you know, has just good enough of airspeed, they can do a wonderful job at just like jumping above it, like making their way in from the Y-axis.
Yeah.
Luigi has neither. you know, he's got, like I mentioned earlier, he's got the second worst airspeed in the game, second only to King Dedede, who was lower than him, if I'm not mistaken. And, yeah, doesn't exactly move on. I mean, he moves on the ground fast enough, but not to beat out Explosive Flame and, like, just the neutral like that. So, still kind of a risky option for Palutena, but not as strong as it is in other matchups. And as a result, C is going to wind up taking the first game.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I think it just comes down to the fact that Luigi excels on the ground game, right? And Palutena can contest on the ground as well. It really just comes down to, you know, getting your combos in, because as much as, you know, we're getting those 1-2s, those big clean hits off of with Guy's Luigi, he's not really converting, you know. Not saying he needs to go for 0 to death, but I'm definitely expecting a strong combo game from Luigi that we have not seen so far in the set.
Yeah, and it doesn't even matter that Palutena is sort of like the lightweight, featherweight type character that she is, combined with her gravity. Because the way they made Luigi in this game, that 0 to death, those hands are rated E for everyone, my friend, and so are those stocks. That down B going to take it off the top, and Guy taking the lead, just like he did in the first game.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's always a strong start coming out from C, which is tremendous job, exactly what you do as Palutena. This is where Palutena tends to struggle a lot, where you're already at a really high percent, and if she's just not, like if you're not able to get in as Palutena, or you just have your opponent at the corner to get a back throw or something going, it's really hard to secure that kill, and you're seeing it in full display right now. What a quick combo of, I think that was like at least 40% just off of that one string.
Yeah, the window for the 0 to death at low percents is very iffy for Palutena. She's very tall, so you're able to actually get the hits. And like I mentioned earlier, late neutral air. Such an underrated option for Luigi. That's why I'm very happy to see Guy utilizing it on stream for you all to see right now. Combos into back air, combos into down B as a kill confirm, and even combo into damn up B sometimes, man. I'm telling you, it's a really, really great option, and it negates the fact as well that Luigi's airspeed is very bad. It's a lingering hitbox that he doesn't need to drift too far in or out on. He can just do it stationary if he knows where you're going to be, and just get you right under the right underneath where the sun don't shine for a 3-stock, my friends. That is a hell of a response in game number 2 coming out for Guy in this still best of 3 set game.
He really is that guy right now.
He is that guy.
He is that guy.
The name's so nice, you got to say it twice.
Yes, sir. And that's. Let's keep in mind, he was at 140% after he took that second stock. He lived up until 169 and still held on to those 3 stocks. That was a 3-stock game in what was an intense game 1 to begin with.
I'm telling you, matchups don't exist for this man. He doesn't care. He gets a grab, it's go time. That's all it means at the end of the day. That's how Luigi's designed. Featherweight, heavyweight, lightweight, does not necessarily matter. This character 0 to deaths you no matter what the drill is. And it keeps him not as fully meta-relevant as you could say he could earlier be, but he is always that wild card at the end of the day. And he's a super-duper noob killer and a super-duper matchup check, so you definitely got to watch out for the Luigis in your brackets.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And one thing that's, you know, impressive to see from Guy is the way he times his air dodges. I think he's been able to escape so many scenarios, not just with the Nair, not just with the down B, but just timing that air dodge to escape getting juggled longer by Palutena. And once again, we see C starting off strong, but these last 2 games have proven otherwise up until this very point. Finally going to be able to take first blood in this game 3.
And, you know, winner of this is advancing to winner semifinals, my friend. This is for the top 8 spot.
Yep.
Can't forget that at the end of the day. It's a very important game going on right here. It's going to be big to see how much insurance C is going to be able to tack onto the stock. This is one of the best positions you could possibly be in against Luigi. When you're up a stock against him, and you're also not at that lower percent threshold where he can just get the 0 to death on you at the end of the day. And just tacking on that insurance even further with the up air strings. This is also where it's really, really rough to be a Luigi when you're in that disadvantaged state on the way back down. Palutena not only is a neutral monster, she can juggle the absolute potatoes out of you if you're not careful.
Yeah, and Guy not playing careful whatsoever. It just seems like every single option that he's pulling out, that he's trying to do to get back on stage is just being called out by C. Gonna be able to make it back to the ledge, but it doesn't even matter because a normal getup gets caught with the back air in what seems to be a pretty suspect DI right there. But you know what? You're gonna have to run away with it. Luigi, very capable of bringing games back due to the strong combo game and due to that 0 to death, which we have not seen so far in this set. But we have seen a few up Bs out of shields come out, and finally one's going to connect and put Guy on the board.
You even have to watch your cross-ups against Luigi, my friend, because if he's able to get that turnaround timing enough, he can turn around just quick enough for you to get the hitbox out. You don't even have to always be at the front of him for that to even really take effect. It's a little bit harder, but any Luigi main worth their salt is going to be able to do it. And C right now doing a really job at like just playing some good old textbook Palutena, juggling him, putting on good, safe pressure on the platforms where and when he can, and just tacking on as much insurance onto the final stock of Gagai in this set as we can right here. I mean, Palutena can just be a real devil, like ironically enough, since she's a goddess to approach, especially if you got that second worst airspeed in the game like we mentioned earlier. Invincible options and back throw and dash attack. Pretty rough, my friends, especially when you're off the stage against Luigi. Forced to go low with the air dodge and the smash committing right there, but missing the uppy on the way back in, and you know Gagai's beating himself up for that one.
Yeah, but you're going to have to shake it off because now you are at a deficit. You are at kill percent. You are going to get back throw. Not going to be able to take the stock yet, but this is exactly where Palutena excels, and that is exactly how she's going to be able to take the set over Gagai in what seemed to be, you know, I feel like he could have made it back to stage, but just the pressure, just knowing that Palutena has options to two-frame you with down tilt, up smash, or just go off stage and just chase you. You already used your jump. There was nothing else for you to do. You got chased. Using air dodge was pointless. Yeah, that's just kind of GG's. Shake my hand at that point.
The fact that there's no like tornado that really like excels with Luigi's height makes his recovery just so telegraphed sometimes. Like, you know, you're forced to go low in a lot of situations, and already getting ledge trapped by Palutena can be dangerous enough if you time your down tilts right, and especially hit your confirms. But at the end of the day, you know, like, people get so scared fighting Luigi in neutral, especially at like a mid to lower level, that even when he's off stage in a disadvantageous position, they don't do the obvious thing and hit him. That is where you need to like actually start like fighting Luigi, is if you hit him off of the level like that, get him in that rough spot. It's only a 1 in 10 chance that he's going to get a misfire. Yeah, you could eat crap for it, but at the same time, it's you got to be like taking advantage of Luigi where he doesn't shine. It's part of like, you know, the win condition is part of fighting him. So y'all already know how it goes. That's going to be C going up 2-1 over Gagai, I believe, as seeded, just one spot above him, advancing to top 8. Winners side going to advance to winners semifinals. Not quite sure who they're going to play there yet.
They would be playing Haven, actually.
Haven, yeah.
So, as we mentioned earlier, Leon, the favorite to win the tournament, as he is the #1 seed, of course, had to go up against, I wouldn't say a bracket demon. They have some history against each other. They've gone neck and neck, back and forth from time to time. But Haven is just that guy whenever he chooses to be. He is that guy that just takes people to their limit, takes top players to the very edge. And when you're at the very edge, either you come out alive or you just got to drop down to the losers bracket. And in this case, Leon, being the big Bowser that he is, got to be sent to the losers.